What is going on, guys? Hope you guys are doing well. We are on the final of the 3 Apocalypse DLC maps that we got a chance to test on the CTE this weekend. And I am on River Somme, and it's being advertised heavily as these very thick wheat fields, and I was wanting to see if I possibly could just crawl all the way through in the wheat fields and not get detected. So, that was one of the gameplays where I got shot pretty fast, and I had another one where I was actually able to do it, but I'm not quite sure yet. Now, given this is the CTE right now, hopefully as they get more texturing in the map, that these wheat fields become really thick and they give you a bunch of cover, so when you're crawling through them you can get by. I think that would be really cool, and I hope that they bring that element there, because I haven't really seen this in Battlefield 1 at all, where you can really have an extended period where you'd have to be crawling through this. So I think this would be pretty cool. I had some instances where I was actually on the defending side, and I actually was using the scout class, and I was doing some work right up there at the front lines, hiding in amongst the wheat field. So that was definitely pretty fun. Probably got away with a little bit more than I probably should have, given that the CTE had some team balancing issues over the weekend, but that's just how the CTE rolls. If you think you have it bad on the retail version of the game, just go play the CTE for a little bit and you'll see what's up. So I'm trying again now just to keep crawling through the wheat fields. Now, another option you can do is you can jump onto one of the motorbikes that are actually right by that house there by A. So I mean, it is a little bit difficult if you guys haven't capped A yet, but you can try getting onto that motorbike and pushing all the way through here like that. Just don't be like me and somehow magically run over a flare that weakens your health by like a quarter of amount, and then kind of stumble around the jump and drive right into a posted up light machine gun class. But yeah, you know, my second try after doing that, I was actually able to get over. You got a little bit of a jump off of the trenches that are right there, right before the river. But if you can make that jump and you're not like wobbling out of control, which is pretty difficult with the motorbikes, but if you're able to do it, that's another option getting your way out. Now, the nice thing is on the attacking side is you do have 2 tanks that you spawn in. And from what I saw from the defending side, there are no tanks. Now, it is similar again to what they were doing on Passchendaele, where they gave you just only the land ships, but having those 2 tanks and seeing what you can really do with, you know, the armor protection on those, I can't imagine that you wouldn't be able to push your way out through this. Again, we'll see how the texturing works, but that's kind of what we're looking at so far at the very beginning of that. Now, why I want to push out of there is because there is the Villa Perosa on this map. So this is probably my second favorite elite class. After what they did with the infantry class, if they're going to keep nerfing that, this will probably be a good solid second on my list. I think I've had one of my highest kill games just using this weapon when it was on Zarishan, and I was going, I think I had like an 80-some kill streak on this. I think I had 100-some kills overall in that game. So definitely enjoy this weapon, and it's right there by the pass. So you just got to kind of skip B, go up a little bit further, and pick up this weapon. Now, there are 3 elite classes overall on this map. We do have the MG0815. It's a little bit over there to my left by C. And then you have the Flame Trooper class, which is more back towards between E and F. So you'll be able to see where the Flame Trooper class is at. I don't think I'm going to run over there by the MG08, but I do have all of the positions for all of the elite classes, but I'm not quite sure if I'm going to go make a video on that yet, just because we're so early on the Apocalypse DLC, but we'll see what happens. So of course, I'm coming back over here, and I'm going to get my revenge on this scout class who picked me up. I mean, good strat by him to be off there watching the right side, because you're going to see a lot of people who are going to flank over there where I was trying to push. So he was ready for me, and I wasn't really playing too smart on how to try to avoid his sniper shot. So he did a good job on that. Fortunate part is now everyone's going to want to attack me in here. So I'm going to just post up in here. Hopefully I get some squad spawns onto me. Nice thing is with the Villa Perosa, it is maximized with its weapon when they are funneling through a tight, narrow spot. So Not quite the high ammo capacity like the MG08, but the MG08 has such a low rate of fire, and it takes a while to get itself going, that I still prefer the Villaprosa over the MG08. And especially if I get them to funnel through a tight narrow spot, I can make up for the low capacity of ammo for this weapon and just kill multiple players in a row just off of a little burst if they're lined up right next to each other. So I've seen if that might happen here, but I'm getting some backup from my team as we see a land ship rolling up. So I mean, no matter how you feel about the land ship, I mean, there's still going to be solid vehicles on this map to at least get you out of that very start. You can do the very historical thing and ride up right next to the land ship and give yourself cover like that. I don't see how that can be an option if you want to take the land ships. You have two of them, right? So take one of each on both sides of A and go off the very edge, and then have your teammates, you know, walking on the left side of it on the left side and walking on the right side on the right side. I'm sure you can push your way out, get some squad spawns, throw a lot of smoke. Again, we'll see how the map looks after it gets its texturing done, because it's still very bare bones right now. And we saw this already kind of on Cape Hellas when we got to experience that on the white box for the CTE, and we saw kind of a bit of concern from that map. But once they got some texturing done with it, it actually turned out not all too bad. So rolling up over here now towards TE, so we have a little bit of trenched gameplay after you get past the initial A part, and especially a little bit more over there towards the C, which is where I did not go right now. But you're going to see some trench gameplay right over there, and it does you know, weave its way all the way through, basically from D, kind of around B a little bit, and then it basically ends, and you're back in the open area over here. So I want to take out the flying trooper really quick, as I didn't want him to melt everyone down here. Fortunately, wasn't able to take out that scout class there because I jumped into his flames. But yeah, again, the flame trooper's right over there. It's gonna be down there by between E and F, and it's right over there by the bridge. I think I'll show it to you guys. I think I'll walk right past it here in a little bit. So but now I'm gonna want to push over here towards to E, and as you can see, we have some more ruins. We have a lot of the land that dips down a little bit like this over here, so if you're trying to avoid sniper shots maybe from the side of you, I probably suggest going down below there. So the land ship's pushed all the way up towards to me, so I'll take it. That works for me, and I'm just gonna kind of post up right here a little bit to get some ammo, and then post up a little bit further back. And I think actually I just push out, yeah, completely. I push out completely this side because I know my teammates are going to cap E. And yeah, over here is where the flame trooper spawns. It's going to spawn right below me, right there to my right. I'm going to take out this scout class that was a little bit too brave and aggressive there. And yeah, it's like right there to the right of me, off where the bridge is at. So you'll see it right there in its crate. So I'm going to pull out over here by F. Take out one of the guys. No, they're going to spawn right out there in front of me to my left. But I do like how we have some train tracks, and, you know, some of the train carts that are right behind me. It gave me a little bit of, like, thinking that maybe possibly we're going to see the train as a behemoth on this map, but I don't think that's going to be the case. I think it's just there for aesthetic looks, because I'm not quite sure if there was another, like, open track that didn't have any like train cars on it. So not quite sure yet what the behemoth is going to be on this map, but I have a funny feeling that it's probably going to be the elite classes. Seems like that's what they've been doing for all of these maps, as the last two were only elite classes, and I would imagine they're probably going to do the same thing again here. So a little bit just kind of bummed out about that, but you know, I'll try to stay focused on to what they are doing good here. And yeah, I do like what they're doing with the wheat field. So again, looking forward to see when this is going to be textured out. Now, as of today, January 22nd, I believe the CTE is going to be taken down for this build, so won't get a chance to try this out anymore till you know, whenever they come back to this. So still, we'll see what they have in store for us then. we got to keep in mind that we still have 2 more maps we haven't had to try out, and a whole new game mode, and just how those maps are going to work are very different than what they've been doing lately. So I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of do what they did on Turning Tides and release half of it in a month and then the next half later. Wouldn't be surprised if they did that. I mean, I don't know anything if they're going to do that or not, but I mean, they just released, you know, 3 of these maps right here. And then we got still 2 more to go, and we haven't seen any of those yet. So we'll see again what's going to happen here in the future, as I'm going to try to recap B again. And there are probably players on top of me. I wouldn't be surprised. So yeah, just going to try to hold up over here and try to push them back as much as I can. I'm not quite sure if actually I make it over to C. Yeah, they're over here right up top of me. And for some reason I could not hit anyone with this gun today. But wow. But yeah, I'm not quite sure if I make it over there by C, which would be nice as a bit part of the playing field. That would be nice to see. So very much was focused here by B. As you can see, they're going to be spawning right over there, and I kind of want to move my way down because I don't want to take any AT rocket fire, which I do think they try to do, which was actually kind of interesting. They did everything here except the one thing that would work, which is throw a gas grenade in here. I don't know why they didn't throw a gas grenade. They throw a incendiary grenade. I think they try to AT rocket me. They're throwing flares, but they don't throw gas grenades. So again, that's how the CTE was working. Yeah, this is how it is. So yeah, so trying to post up here. This gets a little bit more intense on this side than how it was earlier when I was kind of stuck in here. And yeah, we kind of have to hold off, as you can see, where the ticker is at right now. There's just, I think, me and like 2 other people that are behind me, and probably the rest of their team probably right out there to my right. So I'm gonna pop out here really quick, try to clear out just a little bit, see what I can do. But again, yeah, they're right up there, right by the rock, and basically, unless they throw a gas grenade, I'm going to be pretty okay here. Now, even though I was missing a lot of shots with the Villa Perosa, it's amazing that I go like right into Turning Tides and stop using the Villa Perosa, and it feels like I lost everything that I was like developing while I was playing with this gun. So kind of fell down there and got myself hurt pretty bad. So I'm just going to lay down here and hope I can, you know, last out from any type of push here, as they are trying to now shoot me up top, which kind of worked out well for me. Now I'm on the bottom, and now I got smoke in here just giving me cover. So I'd basically be a pretty bad experience for the first guy who was going to roll up in here. So eventually my teammates suddenly show up, and that was enough for me to want to jump out and get some health, roll up around, and hopefully flank the enemy players back up where their spawn is, up over where this hill is at. So unfortunately, not quite a good angle right there. I didn't really like that one, and yeah, I figured I'll just probably go wide left over here again. Not sure what that was. That was blasphemy. There's a lot of, I would assume that was an AT rocket gun, but over there by E, there feels to be a lot of those like cinematic impacts. So it's like those shells that hit the ground but don't hurt you. It's just to kind of, you know, bring in that war type feeling of that atmosphere. So that was kind of what I was experiencing a little bit over there by E. Initially, it made me feel like they had possibly a tank. So at the very first couple times of playing on this map, I wasn't quite sure if the attacking side of the tank. But from what I saw when I was on the, or at least excuse me, the defending side, what I saw at least playing on the defending side, I never saw any our team have a tank at all. So yeah, it seems to be that's how it is as of right now. I'm gonna again try to push back over here towards to E and recap that, as they kind of did a little bit of a push from us, and we're able to kind of push us back a little bit after I spent a good amount of time over there by B trying to recap that. So that didn't work out too well, but I mean, we still have a pretty substantial lead right now, so we should be okay. Now, feel free to let me know in the comments below how you guys are feeling about this map, if you guys like it or what you don't like about it. Right now, I think this is my favorite out of the 3, because I really like that very beginning part. If they can do it well, where you get some good cover with the wheat field, I think that's going to be pretty cool to run through. And then as well as the options with the elite classes that are here, And yeah, I think overall I'm gonna pretty much, I think probably enjoy this one the most out of the 3. So I'm gonna end up tripping over some fire. I don't know how many times. I don't know what was going on here behind me, but you're gonna see like another what seems to be like an incendiary tripwire be tripped again. I don't know how, but yeah, I was over here. They wanted me to somehow just burn over here. So but that guy gets melted really quick, and got another enemy player that's pushing, trying to push at least over there to the side of me. So yeah, I think I'm gonna trip over it again really quick here soon. I think. Yeah, there it is. So I guess I'm not even tripping over. I guess it's that little piece of burnt wood, and when you're on these elite classes, man, they will melt you really fast. So yeah, that's just kind of how it was. Pretty some intense fire over here, and kind of give that different element of gameplay from what we were experiencing, at least at the very beginning of the map. So trying to hold them off here by E. They're actually really making a pretty solid push, and they're trying to take me out, but I don't think all of them realize what class I'm using right now. So this scout class doesn't want to pay that charge me there, but they're trying to post. So I played a lot already on this map, and I was getting pretty familiar with E over here, as again the Villa approach is just a little bit behind me. So I mean, going straight to E after you pick it up is something that you probably could do pretty easily and pretty much cap it by yourself. So yeah, that was kind of what I was doing. I was kind of figuring out what places I could post up at. A couple times I was posting up like right in the front of this thing right here, but that kind of just gave me some bad angles, and I didn't really like posting up right there. So I was kind of posting up just a little bit behind the wall, a little bit more off to the right, where you saw me at on the actual capture point, as they were kind of seemed to be pushing more to that area where you saw basically where I was shooting a bunch of the players at. So that's how that kind of worked for me, and I'm going to jump on the motorbike and only drive it 2 feet before I'm almost about to flip it. So yeah, now I'm posted up by F, and there's some more of the train cartridge. Again, I think it's pretty cool. I like seeing this. It gives me a little bit of a giant shadow feel kind of over there by F spawn, where there's, you know, heavy tracks and you get all the carts everywhere. So not quite as heavy as that, but you definitely can jump on the actual cart itself and yeah, be in actual capture zone. So interesting kind of element that they have going on over here. It's interesting how it does change up really kind of heavily from those wheat fields initially, and then you come out over here, there's ruins, you know, there's train carts, there's trenches, and it's kind of works its way to all these kind of different you know, approaches to the map gameplay. So again, I said earlier they're spawning out over to my left, and that's where I'm trying to avoid, but we were basically able to maintain our lead and again get the win on this map. So you're gonna see them actually kind of overwhelm me here in a little bit, and they're actually finally gonna get me after a while. And yeah, I wasn't able to kind of keep the streak up completely, but I would imagine on this map I probably gonna do some decent damage, especially with this elite class. So we'll see what comes up again when this comes out in retail. Not quite sure if I'm going to do as crazy stuff as I did on Zarishan, just because Zarishan was such a smaller map, and the one big disadvantage on this elite class, besides its low ammo capacity, is its movement speed. So it just takes forever to get you from one flag to another, and because of that, if the map gets spread out a lot, you'll find myself kind of chasing and running for 2 minutes onto another map and having to deal with just a squad of players. And you know, you're not going to go on these like crazy 100 kill games off of that. But I'm going to find myself burning again, but this time from an incendiary grenade, and they're actually able to capitalize that and take me off, but not after I was able to do a pretty significant amount of damage on them. So I'm gonna roll up here on the passenger side of the land ship to finish up the game. But that's basically it for you guys today. Feel free to again let me know your thoughts on this map and what you're liking and what you're not liking about it. But again, I appreciate you guys being here. I am Livin', and I'll catch you guys again later. Peace.